Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant, my
Kobe.
boy.
Mamba. Right. The Mamba.
It was 8/24. I don't know when this video is coming out, but it was 8/24 recently. It was Kobe Day. And one big piece of news dropped on Kobe Day where a jury awarded Vanessa Bryant $16 million over the crash photos that were taken of Kobe and daughter Gianna that were like leaked out by like, you know, police and firefighters and stuff like that. All these grisly photos that caused emotional trauma, distress, and damage to her whole family.
Because people just wanted to go viral?
Well, I mean,
it didn't even, not even like that. Just like the kind of way that like a normal dude would just go, hey, check this out. I got the Kobe photos.
Yeah, you shouldn't release any of those photos.
Yeah, you shouldn't. That's fucked up.
They weren't even supposed to like acknowledge that they existed. It wasn't supposed to leave the department.
So it was cops doing it?
So who paid the $16 million?
The city of LA.
City of LA, yep. Wow. Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa, was awarded $16 million as part of a $31 million jury verdict Wednesday against LA County for deputies and firefighters sharing grisly photos of the NBA star, the 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and other victims killed in a 2020 helicopter crash. The 9 jurors unanimously agreed with Vanessa Bryant and her attorneys that the photos invaded her privacy and caused emotional distress. She cried quietly as the verdict was read.
But are they really getting punished though? Because that's just taxpayer money. Like, it should come out of everyone involved. Because they have to be penalized. Like, the people that shared it did the actions. Like, are there consequences for them?
Like if they got fired or something.
Yeah.
That'd be dumb.
Yeah, or like, or did they get personally fined?
Maybe.
They probably do get fired, right? Because probably what they did is a breach.
Someone got fired. Probably not all of them, someone got fired.
Well, everyone gets on paid leave.
Because it was high-ranking people. It was like a sheriff's deputy, and then the other person was like a fire chief or some shit.
What the fuck are they doing, man?
Or like a fire captain?
Could you imagine someone's like, did you see this picture? He's like, I don't know, man. John was trying to show me some shit, but I was definitely like, I did not want to see it, so I don't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, what picture? Who's Kobe?
That's the part that's scary, right? Is like, she was saying that she'll never know if it's out there or not.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, she says,
I haven't seen no pictures of it.
It says the pictures were shared mostly among employees of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's and Fire Departments, including by some who were playing video games and attending an awards banquet. They also were seen by some of their spouses, and in one case by a bartender at a bar where a deputy was drinking.
How did they know?
Have video of that shit.
How did their family know they were doing this? Did it start leaking online?
It says Vanessa Bryant tearfully testified during the 11-day trial that news of the photos compounded her still raw grief a month after the deaths of her husband and daughter, and that she has panic attacks at the thought that the photos might still be out there. She said, quote, I live in fear every day of being on social media and these popping up, she testified. I live in fear of my daughters being on social media and these popping up. Her co-plaintiff, Chris Chester, whose wife and daughter were among the 9 people killed in the crash, was awarded $15 million. We're grateful for a jury and a judge who gave us a fair trial, he says. Vanessa Bryant's attorneys did not give jurors a dollar amount they thought their client deserved, but Chester's attorney gave them suggested guidelines that would have meant tens of millions for each plaintiff. Vanessa Bryant and her attorney declined comment outside court Wednesday. Her face was still streaked with tears as she walked past TV cameras and dozens of reporters. Her lawyer told jurors that the close-up photos had no official or investigative purpose and were mere, quote, visual gossip shared out of a gruesome curiosity.
That sucks, man.
Someone with an iPhone on the scene, just
snapping away.
Because it wasn't like it was taken with the official city camera that you can't like take the photos.
Fuck, that's a 30 million. It's not 16. That's a $30 million fuck up by some people on the damn.
But you are
fire
right though.
and the police department.
It doesn't say anything about like, you know, the deputies, the sheriffs, because if anything, based off that information, like now you've got possibly many people involved. You know what I mean? Sheriffs, deputies, firefighters, blah blah blah. Like a lot of random people that are in the system. So it's like, how do you exact justice on them?
So the state, the city governments, everything, right? They have a slush fund with our tax money. So like, let's say you're paying, the way they collect taxes is if they have state income tax, like from your income, right? They'll take like whatever percentage the state's gonna take, and then the city takes shit. Or like through commerce, like depending on what that state's rule is. It could be from sales tax. So like, let's say you buy food and then they stack on like 8%. So all this money goes to the city and it goes to the state, right? And then they pick and choose what they want to do with it. A lot of them have a fund just for these issues like that, like for lawsuits, for whatever, for scandal, for hush money. Like they don't call it hush money, but they call it like settling out of court, because whenever there's sexual harassment, rape, some kind of fucked up shit that politicians do, high level like people in office or in like fire department, police department, this is where the money comes from. It's like the city had to pay this much money. It doesn't come out of anybody's pocket but the citizens who help them save up for these fucked up things. So that's just like shitty to me, because it's like there's no consequences for them.
I know, but I think it's supposed to impact how they move forward, right? Like,
Supposed to, yeah.
I'm sure that there's a whole time, what's boys clubs of things and how it's been treated forever. I'm sure there's like Polaroids or pictures of all kinds of crazy shit from the history of time of shit they did, and they did this kind of shit. That's the culture of, I'm just making them in my head, right? Culture of how things go. But now when these things hit, it's like the culture has to change. We cannot.
Yeah, but if there's no clear like
Consequence?
like burning these fools at the stake and doing a public hanging,
Right.
where it's clear that society gets this consequential lesson for doing some sort of wrong or immoral practice.
We don't know if they still working. We don't know if they got moved to another department. We don't know anything.
All this
We don't know. I'm
endorses-
sure somebody knows.
I hope they do. I fucking hope they do.
The only thing this endorses to me is that if somebody kind of fucks up, there's some sort of slush fund that I might be able to sue the city for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's other crazy, like, obviously I don't think Vanessa Bryant needs 16 more million, or I don't know who the other guy was, but they probably all roll deep. They're in a private helicopter. I mean, I don't know if that dude needs another 15 million either or not.
The fire chief who leaked it is already retired.
Oh, he was forced into retirement.
Dude, this shit's gonna keep happening. It's not gonna stop.
It's not. I think honestly, it's human nature. Like, I got friends that are like police officers and stuff, and when they see crazy shit, they just take pictures. That's just like how
It's human nature.
Yeah. Like when we see like two people going like yelling at a fucking football game, we're just nosy.
But when you see the shot, at least it's in their mind. Like, oh, you don't share it. Like, this is crazy. Like, you might still have the human nature doing, but you should already know better than not to do that. But now you know for sure not to do that shit.
But at the same time, if you're quote unquote like a civilian, a normal person,
Right.
and then that's like a celebrity that did some shit.
Yeah.
But that's different, because like, let's say you saw the crash and you're some like farmer, and you're like, God dang it, what the hell was that? And then you run over there, you're like, oh my God. I'm gonna go,
Still California.
Calabasas.
Like Men in Black in the beginning.
No, like a lot of people would probably do it when you think about it. But yeah, if you're someone that's on the job, a cop or a fire, it's like you're supposed to be a better.
You're supposed to be put
On a higher standard.
Yeah.
That's what it said, that like they said that they ordered 7 officers to take photos, and that they have to do it in a certain specific manner that's consistent with the values of the job, and the guys that leaked it didn't do that, so that's it.
That's kind of like if a surgeon was working on fucking a celebrity, and he's like, oh, I can't believe I got the fucking titties of Mariah Carey, and then they're taking photos, and then they're like, hey, check it out, you want to see some Mariah Carey titties?
But he was really supposed to x-ray her molar.
Yeah. Right. It's not like you're some paparazzi. You're a doctor.
So
Exactly.
County Attorney J. Mira Hashmal argued during the trial that the photos were a necessary tool for assessing the situation.
And then that's why the bartender had to see it too.
She acknowledged. She acknowledged that they should not have been shared with everyone who saw them, but she emphasized that the photos had never appeared publicly and had never been seen by the plaintiffs. She said that that meant that Sheriff Alex Villanueva and other officials had taken decisive and effective action when they ordered those who had the photos to delete them.
So yeah, that's like, I get that too. Like, is it really $31 million mistake, or is it like let's fire a few people that are never gonna make $31 million in their lifetime anyway?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fire 6 guys. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So it was never released to the public.
I'm
don't know.
But I'm curious how they even knew that these photos were circulating. Because someone had to whistleblow that.
Yeah, somebody probably did, and then they launched an investigation. And they found out.
I remember it being a big issue like the day that it happened.
Yeah.
When it happened, that was like as big as that was. As big as holy fuck, these photos are getting leaked everywhere, and like it was even messing with the investigation because now there's evidence.
Something got leaked out
before they could even make a conclusion on anything.
Dude, I remember when that day, dude. It was like
that shit day fucked me up. I was at the. It's one of those days when you will remember where you were at.
Yeah, that's like 9/11 and Michael Jackson. Those are the only other 2 times I ever felt.
I was at
that
the
feel.
pantry. I was literally at the pantry downtown, like the restaurant.
The restaurant?
The restaurant. We were kicking, we were eating, and then all of a sudden I just saw everybody looking at their phone. You know, it's one of those moments where like, what the fuck?
We were at a business
at their
seminar.
phone. I was like, let me phone, and it was like Kobe. I was like, I'm so sad.
and you're like, that's not real. No, let me see. Let me
And
see.
I was right. I could see the Staples Center from where I was at, and I was like, I'm so sad.
That fucked your whole thing up.
Yeah, I was in a fucking meeting with the VP of one of the VPs of Nike. Wow. And I was the fucking person who revealed the news to their team.
No.
Because I got a text from my girl, and then in the middle of this fucking exec meeting at our old complex, I just go, and then I cut the fucking meeting off everybody, and Mike's like, okay, well you have to tell everybody now. And it was just in caps locks, and I fucking struggled to find my breath because I didn't know what to say, and I'm like looking at them all, I'm like, Kobe Bryant just died. And the whole fucking meeting ended. Like they immediately started whispering amongst themselves. They're like, "You guys understand? Like we have to," and it just fucking shut the whole meeting down.
That's fucking crazy.
You ruined the meeting, Anthony Lee.
He did.
You ruined your own opportunity.
Yeah, it was Nita's fault.
Are we gonna reschedule this or no?
Last meeting, and we're out of here.